시청자 여러분 안녕하세요. 엄군입니다. MLB 더쇼 20 로드 투 더쇼 불세출의 투수 최동원 키우기 방송 시작해보도록 하겠습니다. 현재 최동원 아메리칸 리그 다승 공동 선두고요. 그 다음에 토론토 역시도 R동 선두 유지하고 있습니다. 과연 가을 야구를 갈 수 있을지. 스로튼이랑 치는 분을 쌓아야겠네. 지금 거의 뭐 수준이 부러운데 노란색 라이트닝 키워가지고 그 원하는 대로 한 방에 던지는 그 기술 좀 익혀야겠네요.
Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we've got a good matchup ahead.
25승 10패. 와, 근데 오클랜드도 잘하네요. 24승 8패면 지금 블루제이스가 8경기 반 차로 양키스 따돌리고 있거든요. 선두인데 와, 저기가 더 대단하네요. 오클랜드가. 자, 최동원 6승 독점 가겠습니다. 지금 뭐 토론토도 여기 나오지만 선두고 최동원도 4승 현재 선두고 둘 다 분위기가 좋습니다. 슬라이더 가죠. 그렇지. 기가 막히다.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Marcus Semien is retired to lead off the ball game. Ramon Laureano is at the plate now as he looks at strike one. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Now that's when you know it's a good pitch. He broke off a really nice breaking ball down in the zone right there, and even though this is one of the best hitters around, he waved right through it.
지금 최동원 던지는 거 보면 확실히 빨리 올라와서 능력치가 떨어지긴 하네. 구창모는 제구력 괴물로 키운 거고 최동원은 강속구 투수로 키웠는데 둘이 구속 자체가 틀리네요. 수준이. 공 가는 것 자체가 다르네요.
Joe McDonald out behind the dish a little bit. He has a tendency to move his zone around, usually settling in those middle innings.
You know, all you ask for an umpire is to be consistent. At times, Joe Mack is a little bit too inconsistent, particularly from the pitcher standpoint.
Here now the 2-2. Down the first baseline. But the inning will continue as it's through for a 2-out hit.
아, 수비 시프트.
And he will pull into second with a 2-out double.
That's a pitch he'll look back on and relive tonight when he's lying in bed. A pitch away from posting a 0 in the first, and he makes a big mistake, and he pays the price. So now he's got to work on leaving him out there at second base.
Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike two.
Hey, I know we're only in the top of the first, but
그렇지.
backbreaking blows
정말
are those
끝에
2-out
걸렸고요.
runners in.
And the throw to
네,
first
깔끔히
is there.
마무리
The inning
짓습니다.
is over.
아, 2루타 치고 점수 못 내네.
Now in the box, Kyle Schwarber, and he'll be looking to snap out of it in this one. Not having much success at the plate over the last week and a half. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. In there for strike one, 0-1.
95마일이니까 확실히 구속 자체가 다르네.
And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground.
유이관이라든가 지금 누구죠?
The 0-2 home.
아, 구창모. 그 둘은 진짜 공이 확실히 느린데 와, 틀려.
Trying to pick up that outside corner, but this misses, and it's back to even at 2-2 strikes. Don't quite know where that one missed, but it's not for me to decide. 3-2.
From 0-2 to 3-2, what a great at bat to start this inning off. Hey, this could be a productive inning.
시프트 좀 걸지 말지. 왜 이렇게 시프트를 자주 걸지? 나이스.
Talk about blowing it by a guy. Geez, I mean that fastball was way behind him when the swing came through the zone. I have to think he was looking for something off speed, and he just couldn't pull the trigger on that fastball.
He leaps, but he can't get it. It's down for extra bases.
아, 실화냐?
And he is in at second base with a 1-out double.
먹힌 줄
You'd
알았는데.
think they'd stop pitching to this guy by now. He's been torching them all weekend, and he stays hot here with another extra base hit. They'll be happy when this series is over, so they don't have to deal with this dude anymore.
He'll enter play here at an even 250. 5 homers and 21 driven in.
Clearly staying away from him in this at-bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
And that's upstairs, running the count to 3-1. Chad Pinder, the number 8 hitter here, waits on deck. Might have swung at ball 4 there as he manages to foul this one away. Hit on the ground out to short.
진짜 못 뛰고요.
And there are
좋다.
2 away now. And that brings up Chad Pinder, runner in scoring position.
나이스 3루수 정면.
Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So that'll bring up Steven Piscotty, and he'll start out their half of the third, top of the order to follow. First pitch of the inning is taken low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. Line drive base hit into the left center field gap. This will kick up against the wall now.
오, 이거까지 못
And this
뛰네.
throw
다행이다.
gets away from him.
He was able to spit on that first slider right there, guys, but he didn't let the second one go. Able to execute and drive the baseball.
Stepping in now, Marcus
슬라이더가
Semien.
완전
So go after the first pitch and bounce it
홈런 안
into
맞으면
foul
다행일 정도로
territory.
들어갔네.
Hot shot to third.
어?
Oh, and he has some trouble with it.
야,
And the throw won't be in time as
불개주
he'll
왜
be able
저러지?
to beat out the recovery throw at first. And that'll bring in Ramon Laureano as he'll take a look at ball 1. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off.
저 옆으로 빼자.
There's ball 2 as the slider dips below the zone. And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's one gone. So that brings up the always intense Matt Chapman. 1 for 1 as he reached base with a double his first time up. In his career, Chapman comes into play with a slugging
잡아주네.
percentage over 490, just shy of 500. So he's looking to inch closer to that nice
나이스.
plateau right
병살.
here. Scooped up. There's one.
그렇지.
Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired.
그 안타
All set
하나가
for
안
the start of
나왔냐.
the inning, and next to bat will be the first baseman, Matt Olson.
This game is rolling
나이스.
right along as we move into the middle innings
깊은 수비
with
좋고.
no score. You'd think by now one of these two teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Kyle Schwarber is at the plate as he watches ball 1. Still all zeros in the run column here in the 4th inning. Dan, does this continue, or does somebody score here?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
And he comes back with a pitch right
실패였는데 위험했다.
down the middle for strike 2.
That's a pitch
스플리터
he'd like
가야지.
to have back. You're not going to see very many pitches like that from a pitcher of this quality. I'm sure he'd like to have that one back to take a swing at it.
And
그렇지.
that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4. First offering on its way. Wilson Ramos is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0. Hit on the ground to short.
그렇지.
Bichette picks it up cleanly. Throw
좀
in
빼는 게
time, and
늦네.
the side is retired.
비셔트 왜 그래? 오, 크릭척 솔로 홈런 좋아.
New inning set to get underway, and standing in is the DH, Brian O'Grady. And he lays off there.
아하,
1-0.
스트라이크 값인데 충분히.
This is driven to right, and no doubt about it, that
Wow.
one's way out of here.
Well, if you're going to give up a towering blast to one of the best players in their
아,
lineup,
가운데로
it's
갔어?
better to do it with no one on base. It stings, sure, but a solo shot isn't going to
나이스.
be the deciding factor in a game.
Throw
좋다.
in time at first. A nice play in short right for the first out. Outfielder Steven Piscotty the next to hit.
The right fielder.
There's a strike at the knees. 0-1.
반대로 갔네.
1 run, 5 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far. And that's inside off the plate with the fastball. It's 1-1.
그렇지.
It
스프리트
down here
좋다.
as it's to 1-2.
That's how you open up the outside part of the plate. Pound 2 balls in and then get right back outside. Nice pitch.
The 2-2.
그렇지.
Offered at and missed. He chased it for strike 3.
This inning didn't get started the way he'd hoped with that home run, but I've got to give him credit for flushing it and coming back here to get strikeouts on the last 2 guys.
몸쪽
He's
투심
acting
좋고요.
like it didn't even happen before.
Marcus Semien is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. A
오,
swing and a shot hit
위험했다.
down the corner. And that nearly broke our tie, but instead it's a foul ball. Waved
그렇지.
at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one.
아, 얘들이 좀
Top half of the 6th about to get started. And up
불만족스럽네.
next will be Ramon Laureano. Went about halfway there, but it's a called strike regardless. Ripped on the
Nice.
ground to first. Reined in. And he'll step on first for the out. 3 unassisted. So 1 gone for the A's in their half of the 6th. And up next, the power-hitting third
와,
baseman Matt Chapman.
저거
1 ball, no strikes to count.
스트라이크잖아. 심판아.
Perhaps a little low there. It's 2-0.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately. It all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
그렇지.
2-2 now. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. Got him
좋다.
swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
Well,
7개째
pitching
삼진.
domination continues. Just a total of 2 runs on the board, so both of these starters should feel really good about their showings. If you love good pitching, this has been the game for you.
Swinging a ball hit on the ground.
최동원 직접
Throw
잡아서
on to first,
끝냅니다.
gets him, and the side is retired. So they go quietly here in this half inning to the bottom of the.
오, 트리플. 야. 노어 3루에서 점수를 못 내. 아우, 진짜. 이건 또 뭐냐.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point.
Behind 0-2 now.
어,
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
나왔던
He
것
didn't look
같은데.
overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2, but he certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
And another foul ball.
Get him yourself right here. Let's go.
The 1-2.
Nice.
Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes.
This has not
야,
been a
삼진
weekend to
8개째.
remember for him. He's just been completely lost at the plate, flailing all over the place. Now that's his 6th strikeout of the series. They've really got him figured out.
Wilson Ramos is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a ball outside. It's 1-0. And a strike to even the count. 1-1. 2-1.
2 balls, 1 strike.
나이스.
Not cheated on that one. It's 2-2. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors in the ballgame for the A's so far.
그렇지.
Right back to him on the mound. And he'll
직접
just
잡는
flip this
최동원
on to
좋아요.
first for the 2nd out of the inning. Striding forward now is the DH, Brian O'Grady. It was a solo shot for him in his last at-bat. No balls
얘한테
and 1
홈런
strike.
맞잖아.
The windup and the 0-1. As anticipated, here's a ground
어,
ball now to the right side.
아,
And they'll have
이루수
no
잡게
play as he
냅둬야지.
reaches
네가 왜
first base
가냐.
safely.
아,
Hey, that's great hustle right there out of the box. Not everybody's getting it right out of the chute from step 1, but I have to ask you, Dan, how frustrating.
그렇지.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire the.
와, 점수 못 냈어. 아 이것도 진짜. 그래 이렇게 3루타 치고서 점수 한 번 내는 게 그렇게 어려워가지고. 와
Yeah, and in this game,
뭐야 이 앤서니
trying to
카이
find a
고져
way to be
먹었네.
hopeful. They win the first game of a new month and are now looking to keep it.
아까 중간에 노아웃의 3루에서 와 점수 못 낸 게 난 그게 더 어이가 없네. 프랙티스 스태미나는 그만 늘려도 될 것 같고 이거 가자. 야 근데 계속 이기네 여기 그 뭐야 토론토. 가을령 진짜 가겠는데.
We are under the lights as the show gets you ready for another edition of Major League
볼티모어한텐 지면 안
Baseball.
되겠다.
Ought to be a good one here between the Toronto Blue Jays. DL Hall, a lefty from Georgia, will be the starter
8.28
here.
방어율.
Play ball. He's out. Out. You're out.
아
Stepping into the box, Austin Hayes. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The center fielder.
And he gets ahead here with the fastball.
버프
Strike
좀
one.
받아보자
Guys, as the
토론토야.
Jays take the field here tonight, they come in looking to turn things around as they've dropped 2 straight.
Yeah, guys, yesterday's loss was a tough one. A one-run loss. Hopefully they were able.
오
He's able to take the ball the other way here, high and deep to right center, and that is off the wall.
슬라이더 하나 실투.
And he will
바로
coast
홈런 가네.
into second with a leadoff double.
Man, at bats like this make every hitting coach happy. This is what they all preach. Stay inside the ball, stay behind the ball. You can see he
홈런
lets
안
this
나온 게
one travel
다행이다
deep,
진짜.
then just inside outs this thing off the right center field wall. That's some rare power there and a little bit scary to opposing pitchers.
Ball
Hit
2.
the target, but this is
Uh-huh.
low, 2-1. Down the third baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, 2-2.
그렇지.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Some guys with big arms like this, they're just chuckers. They just throw the ball as hard as they can, and where it ends up isn't that big of a concern, but that wasn't the case there. That was a very well-pitched fastball right on the corner at the knees. Good luck hitting that one.
And oh, they'd look to catch him flush down near the foot or the ankle. Safe at first. A good effort to recover there, and he almost made the play, but that's a base hit.
아하 아쉽네.
And here's Renato Nunez. And he's a bit tardy there on the first pitch fastball. It's 0-1. Nunez, a Venezuelan-born ball player. He's a veteran of 7 years at the major league level.
Surprised the pitcher would even go to the top of
그렇지.
the zone looking for a double play in this situation.
Now a swing and a ball foul tipped straight into the catcher's glove as he's able to hold on for the second out.
Batting fifth. The left fielder.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Anthony Santander stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. 2-0 to the Baltimore left fielder.
2-0 count, runners at the corners. You can bet he's looking for something to drive right here. There's a good chance he gets something to hit too.
2-1 now. The set and the 2-1.
그렇지. 투 스트라이크까지 잘 잡았고. 아 이것도 쳐내네. 나이스.
And exhale as he's out of the jam and the
야 위기 또 탈출하네.
now batting Rio Ruiz.
Leading off.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch.
Third baseman.
좌타자를 많이
One to
깔았네
start the
볼티모어가.
at-bat. So far this season, Ruiz carries a very respectable hitting line, right at 310.
You want to talk about having a career season, Matty. This guy's batting average is through the roof, one of the best in the business, and maybe more importantly, his OPS is through the roof as well, which means he's doing it with damage.
The 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
바깥쪽.
This one sinks low and a touch outside. It's a full count, 3-2.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game.
아,
It's
이것도
tough to
또
work
왜
around the leadoff walk.
시프트를 걸지?
And he takes ball 4. Leadoff man's aboard here to begin the home half of the second. Now at the plate, Adley Rutschman, and he's been tearing the cover off the ball these past few days, as you see there. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. A ball and a strike. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. And here's a ball lifted back toward the stands in right, so we'll try it again at 1-2.
Interesting pitch selection right there, in off the plate. Not too many pitchers in the game want to go in there and risk hitting the guy and letting him get on first base free of charge.
Another foul ball, and this battle will continue.
Hey, have an AB right here. I know it's frustrating the heck out of the pitcher. You keep fouling these
잡아라.
pitches off, maybe one misses over the heart of the plate.
그렇지.
Gurriel will get there as he makes the catch in foul territory for the first out. From the stretch.
아, 이제 타자들 나오네.
And this is cut on and missed below the knees, and it's 0-1. Ruiz stands at first with 1 out.
나이스.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Under this one is Grichuk, and there are 2 away now. So striding forward now, Ryan Mountcastle. He takes his first cuts in this one with a man at first and 2 away.
Well, he's been laboring a bit through these first 2 innings of work. That's 37 pitches, and ideally he'd be closer to 27 instead.
어,
High
뭐야?
in the air and deep to left center field. And this ball is gone.
아,
No chance to make a
홈런이야?
play on that one. Austin Hayes the next to bat.
Well, he hit a homer last night too, so it's obvious that he's in a groove right now. My advice to this staff, don't give him anything he can extend his arms on. You do?
아하.
And that'll get by into
오비샷.
center field for a base hit.
아, 투런은 좀 아쉽네. 아니 뭘 잘 던지고 있었는데 왜 나오냐, 투구치야.
He'll look at a fastball in there on the outer half. It's 0-1. There's a fastball well off the plate for a ball. A ball and 2 strikes to the Orioles shortstop.
1-2.
Pitch is piling up, 44, and he's not clear of the second yet. Swing, and he popped him up.
잡아라.
Over in foul territory back
그렇지.
behind third. Healy is under it to end the end.
와, 진짜 타자. 어휴.
Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Trey Mancini. No balls and a
어떻게
strike to
점수를
count.
한 번 못 내는데 나 디비전 1위인 게 참 신기하단 말이야.
There's
알동
ball
1위.
1.
If you're
아,
gonna
저건
have
좀
success
황당하-
against some of the better hitters
최동원도
in the
좀
game,
어이없을
you've got to
만해.
get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
This one's down to third. Healy picks it up, throws in time, and that's out number 1. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Renato Nunez, looking to put the ball in play here. He went down on strikes in his first at-bat.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Gotta find a way. Can't go down
저
3
잡아라.
pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him
아.
or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitcher work a little bit harder.
또 망할 시프트였나?
Anthony Santander the next to bat. Now a ball lined to the left side, but foul. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Working for the punch out and the offering.
그렇지.
Oh, and this is swung on and missed. 4 strikeouts already, and that's out number 2. So digging in now, Rio Ruiz. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. 0-1 the count.
오,
Into center field, line drive base hit.
Last pitch was a fastball. Tries to double up with the same piece of cheese, and
아,
it gets
가운데로
turned around.
몰렸구나.
Nice piece of hit.
At the plate, Adley Rutschman.
Now batting.
Liner
오.
toward right center.
잡어.
And
아,
this is going to wind up as extra bases
말
as
던져.
that'll play one for
그렇죠.
sure and maybe a second.
And from the list of stats you never want to hear if you're a pitcher, we have this. It's only the third inning, and he's already allowed more hits than he did in his entire last outing. Even though we're still in the early going,
잡아라.
I think this
아,
game's at a tipping point right now. They've got
슬라이딩도
And they'll
안 하는
extend their lead even
저것들이지.
further as the runs in to score from third. That makes it a 4-0 ball game. To the plate now, Ryan Mountcastle. This will take a look at a slider here
투수가 왜
that
이렇게
finds the
많지,
zone
근데?
for strike one. Perhaps he can drive another one out of the park just like he did back in the second. 2 balls and a strike to the Orioles first baseman.
It's not easy to continue pounding the strike zone when you've given up 3 consecutive hits, but he has to trust that getting the ball down in the zone will get him an out.
And a slider
아,
called
오심도
strike
안
3
먹혔어.
as he couldn't
아.
pull the trigger and the side is retired.
이점밖에 못 내.
Bottom of the inning now, and standing in the outfielder, Austin Hayes.
At the center
And a
fielder.
layoff fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0.
Well, it's been a rough one so far. 4 runs through 3
저런
innings.
건 또
About time to
잡아주네.
get that pitch count down, or he won't be out here very long.
2 balls and a strike to the Orioles leadoff hitter.
Hey, even though this guy's a righty hitter, he's going to get pounded with that 2-seamer. He needs to make sure he catches this thing out front if he sees that pitch again.
와,
Might have gone after ball 4 there
저걸
as this one's
쳐주면 또
fouled away
고맙긴
off to the
한데.
right.
He's got that certainly timed up now. I'd be shocked if the pitcher goes to the well 3 times in a row with off speed.
And that misses for ball 4. It's a leadoff walk that starts the bottom of the 4th. J.P. Crawford is in for the 3rd time now as he takes a called strike. It's 0-1.
That was a pretty good fastball after he walked the hitter previous. There was a little angry on that heater.
A good action on the 2-seamer there, and it's 1-2.
Hey, if this guy's able to execute that 2-seamer down and away consistently, he's going to get a lot of swing and misses. He's going to get a lot of weak contact. He might even get a few knots on some
오,
people's
나이스.
shins.
Gurriel will settle under it to make the play for the first out as the runner will have to head back to first. And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini. He's
나이스.
1 for 2 in the
무조건
ballgame.
병살 가야지.
To second for 1.
그렇지.
On to first as they get the double play to get him out. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and striding forward the designated hitter, Renato Nunez. No balls and 1 strike. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2. Trying to send him packing for the 2nd time.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
Well hit to right, but that's a foul ball. The 1-2. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2.
그렇지.
And a good bite to that slider as he swings through it for the first out of the inning.
Classic slider down and away for the strikeout there. Not a whole lot to say about that pitch that hasn't been said a million times already. That's just a real tough pitch for out of a pitcher's hand. So they end up chasing when they're in protect mode.
Throw on to first. 2 gone.
5회까지만 던지고 그만할 것 같은데.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. A bouncer to the left side. Healy brings it in.
좋다.
Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired.
그래. 스로튼 대단하다. 와, 이렇게 또 패가 생기나?
Wow, what a week for these guys.
6승 가기가 이렇게 어렵나?
A manager checks in with his ball club.
아니 계속 이기고 있긴 한데.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of Baseball on the Show.
와, 승은 계속 거두고 있는데
Jeff Hoffman gets the ball for
최동원은
Oakland in
승운이
this
없네.
one. Stepping in, Marcus Semien. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
The shortstop, Marcus.
And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Guys, as the Jays take the field here tonight, they come in trying to rebound
Nice.
after a loss that snapped a modest 3-game winning streak.
Yeah, Matty, this is why we do what we do. Two first-place teams going to go at it today. Don't know how this is going to shake out. Is this playoff baseball? Come early a little bit. Interested to see how the managers go about it. We got some stars out on the field today.
Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Popped him up.
잡아라.
McGuire is there. And he makes the catch for the
이즈메카이인가?
second out. Ready now, Matt Chapman. And he comes in as a player to watch out for, hitting well over 300 on the season. Strike one to start the at-bat. And here's a ball hit in the air. And foul. 2 out, nobody on. Protecting on 0-2, so we'll do it again. Swung
Nice.
on and missed, and that's the final out of the inning. That'll bring up the power hitter, Matt Olson. And as you can see, he's had some troubles here in his own ballpark. That's something he'll look to improve upon in this one. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Lifted the other way out to left center. Left fielder
다행이다.
giving chase.
또 장타인 줄
And he
알았네.
tracks it down. Nice play for the first out. So the base is empty here with 1 away. And next it'll be the left-handed power threat, Kyle Schwarber. No balls and a strike to count. Sliced hard on the ground. He's right there. Throw on to first will get him. Score at 5-3 on the putout, though it looked more like a 6-3 ground ball. Nevertheless, there are 2 away now.
Batting fifth, the catcher.
Hit in the air to left. Left fielder
잡아,
is
잡아.
on the move.
그렇지.
He tracks it
오,
down, and
홈런인 줄
that
알고
will
놀랐네.
end the inning.
야. 아휴.
Now the A's designated hitter, Brian O'Grady, and he's a guy looking to break
어,
out in a big
한가운데네.
way.
안 좋지.
Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for.
You rarely see a pitcher of this quality throw one right down the middle, and man, as a hitter, probably a good chance you're not going to see that pitch again.
Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
Hey, that's a great job by the pitcher
나이스.
right there, stealing a
이겼어.
strike with that get-me-over breaking ball.
그렇지.
And now he can get a little nastier with it in the dirt.
And he'll step on first himself for the out. Pitch on the way.
Batting eighth, the second
And a fastball's in there for strike one.
Here you go, guys. Let's go.
Pinter.
Behind 0-2 now. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch.
That's a ball.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away, but that 0-2 fastball.
그렇지.
And the slider gets him swinging. 2 gone. Good job of
이번 좀
making him
승
chase
가자.
a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters
Oh,
to
nice,
expand
thank
their
you.
zone and protect. And when they're in that mode,
Well, the play's been made, and that retires the side.
오, 리즈메카이어 웬일로 솔로 홈런?
First delivery to him on the way.
The shortstop,
Hit
Oh.
back up the middle. And there's the first hit of the game for the A's.
4회까지 23개밖에
Nice
안
execution
던졌었는데.
right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
and if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right
나이스.
in the middle.
Fielded cleanly. One there.
야.
On to first, and they
수비도
turn the double
받쳐주네.
play. And that'll bring in Matt Chapman. No one on base for him after the double play.
Yeah, Matt, that two-ball really changed the complexion of this inning. It looked like the middle of the order was going to have a chance to get a big hit with some ducks on the pond, but now they just have to try and get a two-out rally started.
Grounder down the line at third. That misses. 1-2.
조심하자.
2-2.
Hey, doubled up on breaking balls there outside. Now might be the time to bust that fastball.
그렇지.
And the inning
계속
goes
던지면 나오게
away
되어
in
있지.
unceremonious fashion. And that'll bring up Matt Olson. He leads off in the bottom of the fifth as they look to break through on the scoreboard for the first time in this one.
Yeah, baseball is a game of adjustments, and it's time they start making some. They don't need to change their entire approach necessarily, but now is maybe when they start thinking about ways to get the guy on the mound out of his rhythm a bit.
그래도 강속구로 가자.
And he got him.
그렇지. 삼진 4개째.
So the bases are empty with one man gone, and that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Kyle Schwarber. And that's taken for strike one. And here's a swing and a miss as he falls behind 0-2.
Yeah, Matty, he's had these guys on the proverbial rocking horse all night, changing speeds, hitting every quadrant. He's tough to hit.
오, 제구 자신감 떴네.
This is chopped down the third baseline, but this will be a foul ball, and it's still 0-2.
그렇지.
And a swing and a miss as they got him with the slider there, 2 away. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate.
나이스.
And
야,
we'll have to
5회까지
leave it there
39개.
as the play is made here. Into the box now, Brian O'Grady will start things out in their half of the sixth as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. One hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. High in the air out to center field. Waiting on it is Almora, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So one gone for the A's in their half of the sixth. And up next, the ever versatile Chad Pinder. 0-1 the count. The pitch. Swing and a miss, and he's in control. 0-2.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
Hit hard on the ground towards second. Scooped up, and that's the second out. Settling in now, Stephen Piscotty. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. 1-0 the count. Hard on the ground towards short. Reined in.
야, 50개. 아, 49개로 끝냈네.
So another good.
50개도 안 돼요. 이야, 좋아. 4-0. 이번에 완봉승 한번 가보나요?
Last half of the seventh here, and up next, a Berkeley area native, Marcus Simeon. And this is low, ball 1. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike.
토론토 이런 식으로 공격을 해줘야지.
A lot of times you'll see a pitcher go in there, but they won't go back in there a second time. This guy's not afraid to pitch inside.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
아,
that was a
심판도.
close pitch on 1-2. The count's now on 2-2, but boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
Hey, throwing the ball great up into this point. Don't want to allow a leadoff.
야, 이걸 또
Needs to
쳐내.
just focus in on his mechanics right here.
And that finds some outfield grass. It's a base hit.
왼쪽 잘
Well, that's only
붙였는데.
the second hit he's given up tonight, and the first one didn't do any damage. So he's not sweating this one at all. They haven't been able to string anything together.
Ramon Laureano is in now as he watches a pitch for ball one.
All you want is the leadoff man to get
Ah,
on to start a
thank
big
you.
inning, maybe get a big rally going to claw your way back into this ball game.
그렇지.
A ball and two strikes.
Good thing he didn't make contact with that pitch. Only thing he could do is probably hit that on the ground. It could be a double play ball.
And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he set down for the first out. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. On its Taylor
병살이죠?
short. 6, 4,
와,
3. It's a
깔끔하다.
double
최동원.
play and the inning is over. Starting to run out of innings here as they are. Ready for another shot now. Matt Olson. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. This one's outside, quite a bit off the plate that time. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1.
He got the fastball where he wanted and just pulled off of it.
Again, another foul ball. The 1-2. Hits this one hard the other way. And there's his first base hit in this one.
아,
So
시프트
the
진짜.
leadoff man is aboard to start out the inning.
I don't know what side of the fence I fall on, boys. Old school, new school. I think I kind of stand right along that fence. But one thing that gets me jacked up is watching guys grind down an account and drive base hits the other way.
Can't sit back long enough, and the count evens up at
불안하다,
1-1. He's ready now. The pitch. That's in there on the outer half. 1-2 now.
2 strikes.
No runs, 3 hits, and 1 error on the Oakland line
그렇지.
score.
병살.
There's one.
He's out.
On to
Oh, 좋아.
first, and that's the very last thing they needed at this point in the ball game, as there are quickly 2 away now. So base is empty now after the double play, and that'll bring in the veteran catcher Wilson Ramos.
야, 타자가
And
달리기
8 innings
느리네요,
have come and
스타일인지.
gone now as the inning is over.
딱 70개 맞춰서 끝냈네. 자, 9회.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brian O'Grady. He's going to lead things off in their half of the ninth as they try to avoid the dreaded shutout.
It's never a good feeling to get shut out, and over the course of the season, it's bound to happen a few times. They've just been overmatched by good pitching.
That evens it up 1-1. And now a pitch on the way.
2-1.
나이스.
Pulled toward
먹혔죠?
right center field. Waiting on it is Almora, and he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. Standing in, Chad Pinder. He was a ground out victim last time up.
1-0.
And he misses inside with that one. Ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. And a strike to even the count. 1-1.
Well, he's done a real nice job with that breaking ball in this start.
Oh.
That's not the first time
잡아.
he's locked the guy up with it.
Giving chase is
그렇지.
Almora, and he tracks it down. A nice running play to record the second out.
야,
Outfielder
완봉승
Steven
가나요?
Piscotty the next to hit. He's their last shot here with 2 away in the ninth as they look to avoid the shutout.
Yeah, Matt, and they just haven't had any answer for the great pitching so far in this one.
In there, 1-1. Hit down the line.
나이스.
He's got it.
와,
Step on first for the
80개로
out, and the
끝냈어.
ball game is over.
Yeah, and we knew he was in
Oh,
a groove for the first
6승
inning,
힘들었네요.
and he just kept this thing rolling and rolling and rolling. They couldn't get any.
퍼펙트 피칭이었다.
MLB The Show's coverage of Major League Baseball is on the air.
보스턴이랑 8게임 정도 차이 나네요. 근데 보스턴이 지금 양키스랑 공동 2위입니다.
Choi, the right-hander
자,
from
최동원
Korea,
10경기
gets the
나와서
starting
6승
assignment
2패.
here.
방어율이
Zach,
완전
what do you
짱이에요.
got?
1.69입니다. 승운이 없었던 적이 더 많아서 타선 지원이 없어가지고.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi.
7승 가야죠.
He will lead this one off today. And Dan Dero, the Blue Jays, as they interplay here this afternoon. They come in playing reasonably well of late, though they have dropped their last 2 in a row.
Yeah, Matty, in this sport at this level, you have to find a way to be a little bit realistic.
나이스.
You're
잘
not
가라.
going to win every ball game. So they lost last game. Fine. Let's find a way to execute today and get on the winning side.
야,
He
완전
froze him on the
좌타자로
fastball
깔았구만.
there. Andrew Benintendi goes down for the first out of the game. Rafael Devers comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1.
좋고요.
Swinging strike, and now it's 0-2. Devers is undoubtedly one of the best hitters in baseball, especially
오,
against
방망이
right-handed
끝에 걸렸죠?
pitching. It tends to hit for both power and average, so he's certainly a big threat in matchups like these.
Yeah, you could tell he is just super confident against right-handed guys. You know, sometimes it's
야,
coincidence.
벌써 제구
Sometimes
자신감
you don't
붙었어.
see many lefties, Matty. But bottom line is, 75% of the time there's a right-hander on the mound, and this guy finds barrel consistently.
슬라이더 한 번 더.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Sliced hard on the ground, and that finds its way through for a base hit.
야, 빨리.
Throw into second.
그렇지.
Tag, and they'll get him at
스스로
second, and
아웃됐어요.
with that, the side is.
오, 좋아. 한 점 좋아.
And that brings in Xander Bogaerts. And as you take a look at the splits here, he's actually better against right-handed pitching this season. Time for a look at our umpires in this one. Working the plate is Carl Dixon.
Hey, Dero, one of the things you have to be aware of as a hitter from Carl Dixon, he'll call that high strike.
Yeah, he will. So you better be on top of your game with 2 strikes, because if they elevate, good chance Carl Dixon's punching your ticket.
The 1-2 offering looked like a slider that time, but it's 2-2. Well, today's game provides the visiting squad with a chance to complete the series sweep, guys.
Sure does, and it's always difficult to sweep and win a series on the road, especially when you're
나이스.
playing a
오,
division opponent.
안 돼.
He goes with the slider that time, and it's driven to deep right field. A leap, but he can't bring it back into the park. It's a home run.
가운데였어.
I
아,
thought it was going to be
살짝
an
빗
easy
맞은 것
out to
같은데.
right, but it just
결국
kept
넘어가네.
carrying and carrying, and the right fielder gave it a great effort and almost brought it back, but no dice.
And he's a guy looking to break out in a big way. Hasn't been getting the results he or his club have been hoping for. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now. And it certainly helps when you're throwing your ace on the mound in the series
나이스.
finale.
오,
And now
안 돼, 안 돼,
this
안 돼.
ball's in the air to deep right field. And now
나이스.
he scales
야.
the wall and makes an unbelievable catch.
야,
That was a
그립
pretty
척 좋아.
spectacular catch right there.
어.
A lot of guys mistime that jump because they're worried about the wall coming on, but he got it just right and
어,
hauled
그립
it
척이
in.
살렸네.
Great stuff.
Christian Vasquez is at the plate as he takes a cold strike 1. A little quick on that swing, and he finds himself behind 0-2.
Yeah, we got one here.
Bases are empty, 1 man out. 1-2 to the Red Sox catcher. Here's a little
그렇지.
chopper up the middle. Throw in time at first for route number 2. So striding in, Wilmer Flores, and he's looking to turn things around. Ice cold
아,
at the plate
뭐야,
in
1, 2가
recent
바로
action.
빠져?
And the inning will continue as that's through for a 2-out hit.
Boy, Dero, the game of baseball has changed. There's so much velocity in the game. That was a 96-mile-an-hour fastball that he smoked the other way.
Yeah, you have to keep your front shoulder tucked right there. You have to honor when a guy's throwing that hard,
나이스.
96
이거
miles an hour.
잡아야지.
You have to honor that fastball and try and work it the other way.
Well, the left fielder's on it, and
홈런
that
맞긴
retires the
했지만
Sox.
그래도 뭐 한 점은.
Next up for the Red Sox, Kike Hernandez.
와, 키케
And the
헤르난데즈
home
여기 와
away
있어?
splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Toward the gap in right center, this is going to be a base hit, and he may take that
슬라이더
big
진짜 안
turn at
되겠다.
first. And now it'll rattle up against the wall. And he is into second base with a leadoff double. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. No balls and 1 strike. He went down looking to open up the ball game. 0-2 the count to Benintendi.
So far in this game, he's the only guy in the lineup that's gone down on strikes.
This is the only guy in the
나이스.
lineup that struck out so
야 진짜
far.
잡아라
Now
이거.
he finds himself in the hole with 2 strikes.
오.
Therefore it is Guerrero, and that's the first out.
내가 직접 뛰어가서
One gone here in
잡았거든요.
the Boston third, and that brings up the third baseman Rafael Devers. Ball 1.
Count 1-0.
Hernandez, the runner at second with 1 away, and he fouls this one off. Hard
그렇지.
hit ball to second, scooped up, and there's out number 2. Digging in for his second at bat, J.D. Martinez.
오,
Scoring
다행이다 야.
position with 2 gone.
좌익수 정면이라. 오.
Gurriel is there, and he puts this one away.
아하. 이
All set
녀석들
for the
참.
start of the fourth, and stepping in
어떻게
is the
1등
veteran
유지하고 있는지
shortstop,
모르겠네.
Xander Bogaerts. Hit hard on the ground towards second, and that is
아,
through
쟤
into
잘
right
치네.
field for a single. So another multi-hit game for him as he's aboard here in the top of the 4th inning, and you can see right there he currently sits second on the Red
이런
Sox in
공에
that category.
나와주면
Michael
고맙죠.
Chavis will stand in for a second time here as he swings and misses there. It's 0-1. Now the 1-1 pitch.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
Pops
나이스.
this one up. Bichette over to his right.
I got it.
1
Ball,
down. Standing in, Christian Vasquez. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. A 1-1 count now to Vasquez. 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. Lays off the slider that time. 2-1.
Big sweeping breaking ball right there. Good pitch. But if he wants to get him to it, he'll have to bring it in a little bit closer to the strike zone.
The throw pulls him
아,
off the bag.
진짜 저
The
블로킹
3-1
왜 저러냐. 나이스.
is hit high in the air out to left field. Gurriel will get there with ease as he puts it away for out number 2. Man at second here with 2 away, and up next the utility man Wilmer Flores. 0-1 the count. Counts even at 1-1 to Wilmer Flores. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike.
스트라이크지 심판아.
The set and the 2-1. And ooh, he's really given some leeway on the outside edge here. 2-2 now.
Hey, he's got great feel for that pitch right there.
그렇지.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will. All ready to go in the top of the 5th, and into bat next the utility man
어떻게 얘네가
extraordinaire
손든지
Marwin
모르겠네
Gonzalez.
진짜.
No balls and 1 strike. Fastball laid off well below the knees. 2-1 to the Red Sox first baseman.
Hey, no outs here.
Now the pitch. And it's fouled away.
Hey, get with your best stuff right here.
Here now the 2-2. It's a
그렇지.
swing and a miss. That's strike 3. So 1 away here with the bases empty, and that means the plug-and-play utility man Kike Hernandez will bat next. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Back to the top of the order now, and up next the exciting left-handed bat of Andrew Benintendi.
오, 일루스 좋아.
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Here now is Rafael Devers, 0 for 2 on his line thus far.
야, 무조건 진짜 토론토는 무실점을 해야 승리 투수가 될 수 있네.
1-1.
어?
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly
그렇지.
out. 1-1, he's got a chance to
깊은
really
수비
do some
좋고요.
damage.
Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the sixth. Into the box now, J.D.
마르티네즈야.
Martinez.
The left fielder.
Line to the
오.
right side.
오,
But a
다행이다.
foul ball. Hits are even right now at 5 aside. Chased a low ball there, and he's quickly down in the count 0-2.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike
아,
zone, and he's
참.
really kept these hitters off balance.
And into center field as he's
행운의
aboard
안타를 참
with a
좋게
one-out
맞네.
single.
Well, you know what? Good hitters are good hitters for a reason, D-Row. And to be able to hang in there on an 0-2 pitch and still be able to get a base hit, this guy's about as good as it gets.
Yeah, I'm blown away by this guy, Dan. You wouldn't know if
잡어.
you showed up.
잡어.
You wouldn't know if it's 2-0, 3-1, 0-2. Counts do not matter. This guy trusts in his craft.
In the dirt here, and he'll rein it in as the count moves to 1-2. Yanked the slider across that time, laid off for a ball.
Roll it up, roll it up.
Now this is hit not all that hard out to second. Reined
아,
in,
2루.
and an off-balance throw is in time as he takes one away. Wow.
2루는 너무 늦었었나?
So a runner at second, 2 down now, and Michael Chavis will step in at the plate. Strike 1 to start the at-bat. Outside for a ball, 1-1. 1-2 now as that one's fouled off. 1-2. Here it is.
그렇지.
Weak roller right side. Fielded cleanly.
아, 진짜 저 1루수 저거 진짜
Standing in now, Christian Vasquez.
뭐 저렇게까지 멀리 뛰어갈 정도는 아니었던 것 같은데.
With runners in scoring position this season, Vasquez is below the Mendoza line. The batting average under 200, unfortunately.
Matty, he
그렇지.
struggled
야,
against
진짜.
right-handed pitching all season.
오, 다행이다.
And the throw is in time to get him to retire.
비셰트가 수비도 좋지만 공격도 좋네.
7th inning ready to roll, and standing in is the DH, Wilmer Flores.
This thing's far from over, even though we're moving into the
지금
back end of this game.
능력치 먹는 게
Only
중요한 게
down
아니야.
by 1. All they need to do is get this leadoff guy, and they're an extra base hit away from tying this thing up.
The windup and the 0-1.
좋아.
Look out. 0-2.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not
그렇지.
the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider,
좋다.
as we just saw.
And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
The first baseman, number 10.
Marwin Gonzalez stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. It's 2-0 to Marwin Gonzalez.
Maybe a bit of an overthrow there, guys. May have let that front side open up a little early to try to hump up on a fastball and sailed on it.
Taking all the way,
Nice
and it's
try.
3-1 now.
Stealing that strike on 3-0 was important, but you don't want to miss over the
Ah.
heart of the plate in this situation. I got to believe he's going to be way more aggressive right here.
여기서 바꾼다고? 안 돼.
Comes a Toronto skipper out toward the pitcher's mound,
Your attention,
and he's going to
please.
motion for the bullpen as that'll be all for his starter this
예.
afternoon. Thomas Pannone comes on to pitch here with 1 man gone in the top of the 7th.
Let's play ball.
오, 더블 플레이 좋아.
That's ball 4. Ball 4. Take your base.
오, 오, 좋아. 5대1이면
He's out. You're out. Ball 4. Take your base.
야,
He's out. You're out.
나이스.
Well, this one had its moments of drama and excitement. In the end,
어,
these guys
최동원.
came away with the victory and look on to the next
7승 성공했네.
6-2 the final total today. The Blue Jays
와,
used
진짜
a
블루제이스는
3-run seventh to help propel them to the
진짜
win.
길게 던져야 돼. 막판에 점수를 내는
Number
애들이기
7 on the
때문에.
season, Martin Perez pitched well, allowing only 2 earned, but
자, 최동원 11경기 나와서 7승 2패 나쁘지 않습니다. 역시 에이스 유지하고 있고요. 피어슨 6승. 오, 얘는 누가? 만호와 3승 3패. 뭐 준수하네요. 방어율은 3.48이라 방어율은 다 애들이 좋네. 보르키 5승 1패. 야, 얘가 다시 선발로 올라왔어? 얘 인제 올라왔나 보네. 나머지는 우리 류현진 어딨죠? 류현진 더블 A로 내려갔어. 아, 마음 아프다. 리그 리더스. 최동원 피칭어 선두. WHIP 선두. 449 허용 개수 선두. 이닝 피치 제일 많이 했어. 이건 뭐 컴플리트 게임은 최동원도 인지한 게임이기 때문에 완봉승은. 야, 게리콜 잘 나가네. 스트라이크 아웃은 뭐 순위권 멀었네요. 셧아웃도 최동원 하나 했네. 홈런 허용 개수도 5개면 준수한 편이었네요. 방어율 1.67 절대적이다. 세이브는 그래도 팀 마야자 제가 엄청 많네. 확실히 토론토가 1등이니까. 팬은 뭐 7승. 다승 공동 선두네요. 최동원 진짜 원래 그 토론토만 도와줬어도 8승인데 과연 블루제이스가 양키스랑 보스턴 레드삭스, 템파베이 레이스 다 9경기에서 9경기 반차. 오리올스는 12경기 반차. 아직 멀었네요. MLB 더쇼 20 로드 투 더쇼 불새 출애 투수 최동원의 메이저리그 도전기 여기까지 하도록 하겠습니다. 시청해주셔서 감사합니다.